Peace and power, and welcome back to KTsAlchmy. I am Nina, Katie's granddaughter, and I am here today to continue in the big book of chart patterns. We are on chart patterns 25 and 26, which is the head and shoulders and the head and shoulders complex. And so, what you're looking at on the screen is the head and shoulder chart pattern um, reverse and also, or what we call inverse, and also just regular. So this is the regular head and shoulders, and this is inverse. And you will see this on the charts in both forms. And so the head and shoulders chart pattern number 25 is a bearish pattern type reversal. Pattern description. This pattern occurs at the bottom of a downtrend and is identified by three-peak formation with the center peak or high forming a higher high than the other two. The neckline is a trend line that is drawn across the intervening lows and should be horizontal or upward sloping to the breakout area. There should be a degree of symmetry between the formation of the shoulders and the head. Volume description. Volume tends to be high leading into the upward move of the first shoulder. It diminishes as the price falls, completing the left shoulder. It's balanced during the formation of the head and expands as the price breaks below the neckline. Breakout confirmation. A close below the neckline with above average volume. Measuring technique. Measure the distance between the first low to the high of the head, and then subtract that amount from the neckline on the breakout. And so what you're going to do is, it said measure from the first to the head, and then you would subtract that from the neckline, which is this line across, and that lets you know how far it's going to go down. Okay. Statistical notes. Gaps on the breakout day tend to help performance along with tall, narrow patterns. And so again, what you're looking at is the head and shoulders. This is also an example of the head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And this is the neckline. And so let me make sure you get a good view of that. The pattern that is next is the head and shoulders complex. And so it's too big. Okay. So what you're looking at here, the directional bias of this pattern is bearish. The pattern type is a reversal. And the pattern description. This pattern occurs at the top of a trend line and is identified by a multiple shoulders and or head formation. The neckline is a trend line that is drawn across the intervening lows and should be horizontal or upward sloping to the breakout area. There should be a degree of symmetry between the formation of the shoulders and head. Volume description. Volume tends to be higher on the left shoulder during the up moves, balanced toward the heads and expanding on the breakout below the neckline. Breakout confirmation. A close below the neckline with above average volume. Measuring technique. Measure the distance between the first low to the high of the head and then subtract that amount from the neckline on the breakout. Statistical notes. Gaps on the breakout day tend to help performance along with upward sloping necklines. And this one does have the upward sloping neckline. And I just want to show you. It said measure from here to the head. Then you subtract that. And this is also showing you a gap. And this is another example when they say multiple heads and shoulders. This is one that I found, and it's showing you how the left armpit extends to almost near the right armpit. Ideally, it is lower, but close is okay. And so you're looking at this, and again, this is showing you that the market was up and it reversed. And so that's what I have for these chart patterns. The next chart pattern will be 27 and 28. Peace and power. And I'm out of here.